Guys, I just want to first of all thank you all for coming here. We've been doing our 15-minute Rise and Shine calls every 4 mornings a week for 15 minutes of awesome. It's been brilliant. Thank you for everyone for doing that. Now coming back on here at 9 o'clock, I want to just take a second here and congratulate David and his team on the most amazing app ever. As I shared yesterday, David, when I launched my business 9 years ago, I had this beautiful woman in her life. Her name was Wendy, and she used to be a project manager for American Express. And every day I would call her and say, what do I do now? And she would say, do this and do this. And she would look at my tree and she would look at my customers and she would tell me what to do, and I did it. Well, she can only hold Aaron Purcell's hand for like so many years, it's been 9 years. And I was, looking for that again. And now I have a girl named Penny, and she's always available, and we don't have power struggles. It's really awesome. So thank you.
And she's Canadian.
Yes.
Don't forget about that.
And I love Wendy for helping me. And now I got Penny. So I'm super happy. So I'm really, I want to just edify you, David. You're obviously very brilliant, and you're solving a big problem for ICE associates. So congratulations. And David is the CEO of Penny App, right?
Yep, CEO and co-founder. And I think the last time you and I spoke would have been maybe just after I visited HQ down in Phoenix. And there's 10 of us working relentlessly. And now there's 25. And while you're saying congratulating me, it's not me. It's this incredible team of people that we've assembled that are here working, fixing things at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning as fast as possible. So while I'm humbled and honored to be here, Caroline, Shannon, Aaron, you've all been advocates and positive and supported us for months. So I'd love to come back here whenever you'll have me. So
thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Well, let's jump into it. And look at that mic. You're like a full-on DJ with your mic. I love it. That's great.
Yes, I call this the hot seat mic. So when I'm getting quizzed by people, I'm like, can I call a friend? No, I just want to make sure everyone can hear me as clear as possible. So, but yeah, I am thrilled to be here, and I know that this is early morning for some. I'm on the West Coast as well. I will get through this as much as possible. I'll try not to kitchen sink you with everything, but I want to come in this morning, and what we've been doing for the last few days in engaging with teams and training is kind of take people through a story of how Penny helps someone. And the story is just a brand new prospect, someone I'm reaching out to day one. I've never done this before. What does that life cycle look like? How do I engage with that person? How do I build that relationship with that person? And then when they get to the customer point, and then they get into the customer care cycle, which is one of those core engines in Penny, and how Penny guides them through the customer care cycle. And as I go through this process, I'm going to show you the tips and tricks and how things really work in Penny. And I'll kind of cover the prospecting section, the customer care section, and the daily, and then I'll pause for questions. There's 40 people on here this morning, so we can definitely do that. And we do want to be really meaningful with your time. And then we can get into the more advanced features if we have time, and then go from there. And of course, right before I get in, Pat, absolutely incredible customer support. That's exactly where I was going. I'm going to show you where to get help if you need it. So if you do have technical difficulties, that's where you get it. Or if your name's Aaron, Caroline, or Shannon, you just call me directly. That's generally what happens. Over the weekend, we had an incredible amount of people sign up, like blew away all of our expectations. So we had a lot of questions coming in. So our support team's been catching up. If you sent in a message, I appreciate your patience in advance. We're fixing all these things. There was a bug in mobile. It affected a few people. Aaron, I think you were one of them. We fixed it. We called it Hellbug. We killed Hellbug. And we released a new version of the app yesterday afternoon. So if you're still experiencing it, just delete it and go download it to the App Store. Facebook, Hellbug 2, really bad sequel. Some people are having issues syncing. If you're one of those people, hang tight. We are on top of it. So those are just known things. I just want everyone to know that we know, and the team of engineers, they're in the back room. I don't let them out often. They're getting on top of it. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen and take everyone through this. And that's the screen I want right there. And moving my window, I just have lots of monitors. There we go. So can you see my screen, Caroline and Aaron? Just give me a thumbs up.
Yep.
Perfect. So this is the prospecting section. And I wanted to start here today because as I go through, I'm also going to tell you what's part of the free version that's available to everybody. And then what is some of those pro features that everybody loves. So I'm in the prospecting section because this is one of the things that's included in free. Because if everyone on this call got a new associate tomorrow, and they're really excited like Erin was 9 years ago and she had no idea what to do next. You're like, well, get Penny, come in here, sync Facebook, sync Instagram. Penny's gonna suggest a minimum of 5 new people a day to start conversations with. Start there. So just like if you hired an assistant, just like if Wendy, you said, you got to take a bit of time to set her up. So she's set up for success. You got to get her a pen and her paper. For Penny, that's syncing with Instagram. It's syncing with Facebook. Takes about 10 minutes. It's a pretty simple process. I'm not going to do it now just to be meaningful with everyone's time. When you get here, there's how-to tutorials, there's help articles. There's this little button here. It says articles and videos. If you click on that, there's a 3-minute tutorial in there, how to sync Facebook. So you can watch me do it. And if you do need chat help at any time, this little Penny button in the bottom right-hand corner opens up a chat. Hey, David, how can I make your day better? And it used to just be me on here, and then we added Melissa, and then we added a full team. So we are here to get back to you as fast as we can. So I wanted to start there, just so everybody knows. So now we're into work. I'm showing up. I'm a brand new associate. I'm excited. I've synced Facebook. Penny has suggested 6 people here on my list to start conversations with. So I'm going to start right at the top, Terry Lynn. Now, Terry Lynn, I may have known her from school. She may be a friend, an old work colleague, but I want to re-engage with her, right? My personal communication style is not just like, hey, I haven't talked to you in 5 years. Do you want to buy my products? It's like, hey, I want to engage with you. I want to learn about you. I want to know why this business would fit in your life, or maybe the products, I want to learn and build that relationship. So my recommendation, the best practice that I always teach, is when you click on anyone's profile here, if they have an image, it's going to connect to Facebook and Instagram. You can see right here, it's connected to Instagram because this is darker. It's not connected to Messenger because it's grayed out, but I can add that if I want. So I click Instagram. It's going to open up Terry's Instagram profile. Now, this is my wife. There's a picture of my kids. I'm going to quickly go through these photos and see what's going on. If I haven't talked to her in a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever that is, I want to quickly catch up. So when I send her that message, it's personalized. Hey, Terry, it's been a while. I see you've got that growing family. I see you live in the mountains, whatever that message is. Now over here, simple action. Obviously, I can complete this task. I don't want to do it today. I can reschedule it. I can remove it. I can add content. So let's say I'm engaging with Terry and she's interested and I want to add some content to my message. If I click this content button, here's all of the content that Isagenix has prepared for you so that you can easily share it. So I come in here, let's just say I want to share the Isoline Full Advantage video. I type in Isagenix, there's the video, I can select it. I'm going to show you how to select it and go and actually share it in Messenger in just a moment. So then I complete the task. Now I've talked to Terry, I'm excited, I want to follow up. Let's just say I'm going to follow up tomorrow. Here I add a note, we went to school together, and here's tags. These are really important. So I can tag all of my prospects with anything I want. In this case, I want to tag Terry with Isoline because shake. There we go, Isoline, she's interested in the shake. So if I hit this little plus button here, now I've tagged Terry. So then I can go and create a custom list of all my prospects that are interested in Isoline or Isoline bars or that went to my high school, and I hit save. Now you can see I've done 3% of my activity for the day. You can see my activity for the week, which is fantastic. I can see my activity for the month if I click right here. Now, the joke is that you see my activity kind of stopped in April, May, and June. That's because I was building this application for you. I didn't do anything else but work on this. So there's just a quick little tutorial and an overview of how this works. Now, those are my reach outs, right? Every day, Penny's going to give me 5 more, but she's also going to give me my follow-ups. So let's say these are all my follow-ups from other conversations, so I can work through this list. But let's fast forward to tomorrow. There's that follow-up action that I created for Terry. So we moved again. I want to follow up with Terry. Maybe we had a really great conversation. Click on her name. Again, now she wants to learn a little bit more. So I come in here and I go to content. I can come in, and if I use a pro version, I can select a script that I've created myself and saved. Again, I can come down here and type in anything I want. There's the whole food blend video right there. So Erin, you're saying you absolutely love that product. If you're raving about it to one of your prospects, here you can come in, hit select. So here's the video that they created. And here I just add a little message. Add a little message like this. And now if I click Instagram, it's going to automatically copy that to my clipboard. And then when I go into Instagram to message Terry, I just hit paste and I paste it into the message and I send it. Or I can just copy it, send it somewhere else, or I can email it. So I'm going to just not do that. And again, then I'm going to complete this task. I'm going to follow up next week. And now this cycle of me engaging with just this one example could be 2 times, it could be 4 times, it could be 10 times, but it's about demonstrating that you are really on top of it, that you are the associate that they should be the customer of, and showing like, yeah, you're absolutely on top of this. And if they enrolled in the business, they're gonna be like, how are you so good? You're like, well, I've got an assistant named Penny and it's right here for you. And that's the process. And it doesn't matter, you know, in my list, if I hit my all tasks for today, you can see I got lots of activity that I want to get through. I got a lot of follow-ups that I want to do. But this is just going to keep me active. And the more conversations I have, absolutely, the more momentum I'm going to build in my business. This little button down here, fill your funnel. I always recommend leaving this one on. If you turn this off, Penny won't recommend 5 people every day. But if I turn it on, Penny will give me a minimum of 5 people every day, which is fantastic. So that's the prospecting section. So now let's say, hypothetically speaking, I've moved Terry through my funnel. We've had lots of conversations. I've learned a lot about her and the family. We've totally reconnected and re-engaged. She's fired up. And then she enrolls as a customer. And I'm like, yes, I got a brand new customer. Now is kind of the exciting part, because Penny connects directly to your back office. We worked with their IT team for several months and integrated. It's amazing. So when Terry places that order, 3 days after, Penny's going to automatically create a box opening task for me. So here we are, Terry Lynn. Terry ordered these 3 things. So now when I'm going to message Terry, it's like, hey, I know your box has arrived or it's about to. Super excited. Let's find some time to go through that. You already know what she ordered. And seeing this order history here, this is one of those pro features in Penny. Now, when I go to message Terry, I see that she's got some Iceland shake in her cart or in her order. So I'm going to come into content and I'm going to find Iceland shake, the product sheet right there. I'm going to select that. And then here I'm going to add a message that's probably going to say something. Hey, I'm super excited to go through your box with you. I wanted to share this Iceland shake product information so you can really understand how powerful this is. Now, if I'm connected on Messenger, which I am right here, I click Messenger. It's going to open up a direct message to Terry Lynn right here. There it is. This is an example from yesterday. You just hit paste. There you go. It's going to pop that message right in there for me. And I hit send. And there's that product information. So when Terry clicks on that, A, it's going to let me know that she read it. But B, it's really easy for her to access so she can learn a little bit more. And then I've done my box opening. Terry's set up for success. She's excited. She's moving forward. But the first month, week 1, week 2, week 3, right? Those are big weeks. She's going to go through cleansing. She's going to be changing, transforming her body. She's going to, you know, I had a hard time cleansing, but now I'm really good at it. So here, the first week check-in is just catching up with them, making sure they're good, making sure they're supported, making sure they don't have any questions. If you have any tips and tricks to get through the day for cleansing, me personally, electrolyte water. That's what gets me through the day. Now you can go through here week 1. She's going to create a task for you at week 2. She's going to create a task for you at week 3, which brings you up to week 4. Her auto ship reminder is going to automatically populate in here. Here I can see what's in Terry's cart. There you go, Erin. She's got the whole flu blend already in her cart that's going to ship on July 24th. So now again, I'm going to go into the content menu. I'm going to look up the whole food video. There it is, the whole blend video. I'm going to share that with her and go, oh my goodness, I saw that you put this in your cart. This product is absolutely my favorite. Here's that video. You can watch this, right? Again, you're just getting her really excited for that order, but you're demonstrating how good you are as an associate, right? Your customer service is better than everyone else's customer service because you're on it. Now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, Terry enrolled as a customer and she didn't place another order, or she wasn't on Lifestyle Rewards. So there's a task here called Connect 25. That means connect with your customer 25 days after their last order because they're not on Lifestyle Rewards. So if Terry's here, there she is. You can see that's in this example. She's not on Lifestyle Rewards. It's been 25 days since she purchased whole food or whole blend. She's probably running out. Let's engage with her. Now, if she's like, no, honestly, I've got tons. I don't need to. Connect 45. Connect with your customer 45 days after the last order because they don't have another order scheduled. So Lou here ordered 45 days ago. He ordered Cleanse for Life, Lean Pro, Amped Nitro, and Alex Supreme on June 5th. Now, if they don't order, they're going to go down to Connect 80. Connect with your customers 80 days after the last order. And it makes it really easy for you to make sure that they're not falling through the cracks and you're totally forgetting about them. And Penny is automatically creating all of this information here for you. Now, the cool thing is if you go this little view profile button, you can dig into your customers' profiles even deeper. So I can do my messenger. I can open up her Facebook page, go to her Instagram. Very cool. Here's her order details, activity. Every order she's ever had on January 26, 2020, she ordered all of these products. So if you notice that you're getting Connect 25s, Connect 45s, and they're not reordering, you can come in and see what they're ordering to maybe do a little math to see maybe they're ordering the wrong products, or maybe they just, it looks like they have tons of products at home, right? This is here for you to come investigate, learn a little bit more. It's all hidden. You just scroll down. There you go. Short of the wellness pack, the rich berry, the Iceland shake chocolate mint, and it's all in here for you. Here you can see, yes?
I hope you don't mind my interrupting. There are some questions.
Not at all.
As you're speaking, so I didn't know if you want to answer them all at the end or as you're going through these different segments.
Let me just finish the profile because there's one other thing that I really wanted to show in here, and then we can pause and then I can jump over the daily. Totally fine. I do not mind you jumping in. I love the engagement and answering questions. That's why I'm here. So yeah, here you can see we just shared this Isoline Pro Shake information. I clicked on that so we can see that Terry has actually read it. So it just shows you what she's read. You can add your notes here by clicking this little icon and add in whatever you want or just hit never mind. This is the last thing that I wanted to show you is just this profile section. It says details. This is her information. If you want to call my wife, there's her phone number. And tags, we automatically tag your customers with every product they order so that you don't have to. You have to add tags for your prospects because you're learning what they're interested in, but your customers automatically tagged. And I'll show you how this becomes really powerful when we create custom lists. If I wanted a list of every customer that had ever ordered an Amped product, that's how I would do it. When I make that list, Terry Lynn will be on it because she's ordered Amped. And of course, you can add your own tags. You can see in this example, she's on my soccer team. So I can tag this if I wanted to make a custom list of everyone on my soccer team. I just have to make sure they have that tag. So that is what one other thing here, and then I'm going to do your questions. Reconnects, same process. These are for your customers that have an order between 6 and 12 months. So Bethany Klaus was one of the girls that had a testimonial following Travis's segment. When I went through this with her, she had about 40 or 50 reconnects on her list, and she just bit the bullet, messaged every one of them. And I think she said something like 13 or 17 ordered again that night. And it was just because she forgot to re-engage with them. And all the customers were like, it's so good to hear from you. Yeah, happy to. So if you have this list, it might be bigger than you like, just bite the bullet. I mean, they were your customers at some point. They loved what you had to offer, but maybe they were on a page in a notebook that your kids scribbled on and you lost it. Like it could be something that simple. And lastly, IsoBody Challenge. If your customers enroll in the IsoBody Challenge, Penny will create tasks for you to keep track of where they're at. And just like the care cycle, you won't have a full list of everyone that's in it at all times, but Penny will let you know that Terry enrolled. Penny will create tasks for you at, I think, day 75 and 100 to cheer them on. And if Terry got to her 4-week mark, put in an order, and it wasn't at 125 BV, Penny's going to let you know that. So on the next order, you can make sure to get over 250 so that when you get to the end of the 4 months, you don't fall short on your BV and you're not eligible. Or in this example, she finished, but she didn't give in her photos. So you can send her a message like, Terry, I'm so incredibly proud of you. You finished the IsoBody Challenge. Like, that is a hard thing to do, but you haven't submitted your photos yet and you're not going to be eligible. You got to get those in, right? And you're just like, wow. So now, like I said, this all happens automatically. I didn't do any of this. I didn't enter in any of that as order information. I didn't create the task. This happens daily for me as they move through this cycle and just these key touch points so you can really be meaningful with your time. So before I go on to the daily, Caroline, I will stop there and answer some questions.
This is awesome. I'll just say one thing. I noticed you had the weather up by their bio. You guys, you could open and say, hey, I noticed that it's 17 degrees there or whatever.
Yep, right there. So it's, in this example, it's, broken clouds and 17 degrees.
That's hilarious.
I mean, everyone's been on a Zoom. Hey, or how's the weather? It's like, wow, looks like you have pretty crummy weather there. Generally, if you're talking to anyone in Ontario from September till April.
Yeah, we can do that.
Ha 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 ha
Okay,
ha.
now you have caterpillars infesting you. So anyhow, let's look
Yeah.
at some of these questions here.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron, if you want to moderate, that would probably be easiest.
So I'll just go up. So customer system. Okay, do you need the pro to get the videos? Do you need the pro
No.
to get the content? Okay.
Yeah. So the videos, like anything that's just going to get you out the door and working is always going to be free. Like the fundamental theory we've had since day one. I watched my wife Terry, because this was built to solve her problem, right? She was a Rodan and Fields consultant, built up a big business. I watched so many people start, like enroll, and then not know where to start. And we hadn't built this yet. So we want a free version of this for everyone so they can get out the door. Video resources, syncing Facebook, making your list, communicating with our chat team. How do I get going? Because if we can collectively help that new person be successful in the first 4 weeks, the first 3 months, then if they win, then you win, and then we win. And we only win if you win. So like we're always going to help you in that way.
Question from Wendy, my old Penny there. Hey, Wendy. The product tags automatic in the free version too?
For your customers, yes.
Okay. There were some questions too about people who were orphans and not being able to, people who were not your personally enrolled and not being able to see their order basket. Is that going to change, or you're only seeing your own personal order basket?
So this is V1. I mean, technically for the handful of us, this is V2, but we have a feature coming in the future. It's called Team Care, and orphan and adoption is part of that feature. So if I had a customer down in my PET4 and the associates above them were inactive, Penny would surface that to me and say, hey, David's over here. He's an orphan. He's a customer. He's still ordering. Do you want to adopt him? You hit yes. She adds him to your customer care cycle for you.
Okay, awesome. That's coming. Okay, brilliant.
Yep.
Pat is just saying, I don't have the fill your funnel icon at the bottom on my phone or laptop. So
if you're in prospecting, sometimes if you click this little hide button, it just looks like this. View recommended prospects. I'm going to slide my phone in here just to help answer that question. So I'm going to go like this. There's my mobile phone. So across the bottom, it's right now, it's on the daily. It goes customer care, prospecting. So I tap on that. There you are. And at the top, it says today, 21 in brackets. So I have 21 tasks, and then recommended. There's that fill your funnel button right there at the top. So if you're on your mobile device, you turn that to on, that will fill your funnel for you.
okay. My question is about the scripts. Are the scripts written, they're already in there from you guys, or we write our own scripts? And
you write them. That's the second half of today's tour with David Abbey.
Okay.
You're getting ahead. You got to stay in line.
All right. Any other questions, guys? Type them below. And I think will be there's certain rank level that we can adopt.
I think, Aaron, there's a couple more. Can you tell who in your team has Penny and who doesn't?
That will be part of the team care functions. Basically, everything around your organization as a whole is going to live in that team care section. But to preface it from a very high level, that section in particular introduces a lot of artificial intelligence, where Penny will be doing kind of real-time trending analysis on your entire organization and being able to surface strengths and weaknesses. Like if David was, a builder before and he's just been slowly going down over 3 or 6 months, Penny's going to surface that to you and let you know why she thinks David is a weakness, so you can engage with him. So as you can imagine, that is a very large undertaking, and it's just going to take us a little bit to get it out. So we started with just PE, so everyone just gets a really good baseline, and then we will continually add new capabilities on top of it.
So, oh yeah, go ahead, Carolyn.
Yeah, Casey has a question, and I don't know if you're going to go over this now or later, the difference between the free and the pro version.
Yeah, I can do that right now because it'll get me to the next part in the tour. So in the prospecting, like I said, right when I started, everything in here is included in the free version. Just in case someone starts tomorrow, they have this tool. When you come into customer care, the one thing that's going to be in here that is a pro version is seeing all of your order information, just right here on the sidebar. And we're releasing an enhancement in the next 2 weeks where Penny's actually going to recommend content for you. that you can share every time you're engaging. So you don't even need to come into this menu. Penny's actually going to be like, hey, Terry's auto ship is coming up. She has these products here. Recommend the whole blend video. So that'll be one of those pro features. And then the only other thing in here that's a pro feature is your IsoBody challenge. So getting tasks specific to your customers moving through that feature.
Okay.
The content section, which is part of your question, so I'll jump in there right now. If you see all library content, this is everything from Isagenix. This is all included in the free version because, again, we want that brand new associate to have every resource they have so that they can find success. And then when they get to the point, they can see the value in upgrading to pro. And that's my job, to make sure that we provide that value. So when I'm in the content section, what is the pro feature is creating my own scripts. Aaron, this is your question. So right here, all my content. So this is where I can create my own scripts. My scripts can include links to websites, to blogs, to whatever I want. They can include links, and of course they can include images. I haven't created any with images. So to do that, I would go add content. This is my Power Hour script. I'd type it in here. Type it in here like that. And then if I wanted to, I can add a link and then I just save it. And then it's going to show up in all my content where it is. I got to put this in alphabetical order, but it's going to pop in there. There it is right there, Power Hour script. But I wanted to jump back.
Just before you jump back to that, so is this where you also do your welcome letters with your links?
You could absolutely create a welcome letter script in here. You just go add content. It's called welcome letter. You enter in the whole script right there and then save it. And then that once you save your script on every task pad, which is what I showed you, when you click on someone's name, it's when you can open up Instagram or complete the task. There's a little content button. So you can just hit the content button, type in welcome in the search bar, and it'll pull up your welcome script. You copy it, you send it.
And can I put a video, like my own welcome video, attached to that welcome letter?
Yeah, as long as it's coming here, as long as it's on YouTube or Vimeo, you would just put the link right in here. Yeah.
Wow, lots of questions. So
yeah, we're actually jumping into content this morning. We're going to clean it up a lot. So right now you can only attach one link. So Jennifer, I'm just making a note, adding additional links there for you.
And David,
yep.
Is there a way that we can, like, as we're creating content, like I just think of new people where, and I don't know if it's now, but will it be in a period of time where if you have your team that you could just share your content so that it's just duplicatable and then people are not recreating
nice.
this and that?
Yeah, I love that.
Yes, the answer is yes. So that is also part of those one big next ones. So once we build out all the capabilities for team to be able to, understand who's an organization, right? The way the trees are built. Shannon, you'd be able to go in and create a script and publish it. And then when that brand new associate, comes in and uses it, here's Shannon's top 3 scripts, or Caroline's or Aaron's. So that is a big one because it's just going to make communication better. And a brand new associate generally doesn't know what to say, right? They're generally brand new to this industry or to sales. So it's a big bite for them.
Great.
But I just switched over here to videos for a second. So this is the included in the free section. Here's a really cool thing. So I always love this example because obviously there was that incredible commercial that Travis introduced, the Penny personal assistant. Here you can share it directly to Facebook. Sharing directly to Instagram is coming. So I just click share to Facebook. It opens it up. There's me. And I can select, maybe I want to put this in my group. Hey team, have you had a chance to see this yet? Or maybe we have an event coming. I want to share a video. Really excited about this. Or on a friend's timeline. So I can do that. I'm going to leave this site. Or I can share with someone. I'm going to go back. Maybe I want to share with a friend. So there's Terry Lynn. She obviously has multiple examples in this one because I have all these different tasks. But I can click on Terry Thompson and there's the video. And again, I can go to Messenger, Instagram. I can copy it and then I can share it in a direct message with someone. So all of this content lives in here and we work really closely with Isagenix to make sure that we have it up to date always. We don't want this to get stale. So you just come in here and look for it. On our list this morning is adding in a search bar. So when you're in here, you can search for content as well. I'm going to move on. So this is another pro feature here. This one is called custom lists. And you guessed it, it's how to make a custom list. Basically, it's a way to instantly find a list of customers or prospects or your team that you want to talk to, and they have some sort of special thing about them. So the example I always give, because it's really easy, is, once or twice a year, Isogenics comes out with a seasonal shake. And you're like, great, who are all my seasonal shake customers? How do I find them? How do I engage with them? So this list in our example is called seasonal shake. And let's say this runs to the end of the month. You just pick a date. And the reason you want to pick a date is because you want to focus on this list for a given amount of time. Now, let's say, Aaron, if you have a team in the Comox Valley and you want to create a list for an event that's at your house on Saturday, your list is going to expire on Saturday, or the seasonal shake. Here you come in and include people who are customers. And right here, active or inactive. So you can choose, maybe you only want to find a list of your inactive customers that previously ordered seasonal shake. And this is where you come in. And because we've tagged every customer with all of their products, it shows up in the drop-down menu. So when I hit seasonal shake, 27 people have previously ordered this product from me. I hit save. This list has been created. Penny's going to tally it up for me. There we go. Here's a list of 27 people that previously purchased seasonal shake. Now this is where it gets really cool, because I've got Shauna here. Click on Shauna's name. Now, to make my life really easy, because chances are I'm going to send all 27 people a very similar message, I click on content. I find my seasonal shake script that I previously created right there at the top. I select that. Now here it just says add it here, because I didn't actually write a full script. I mean, maybe I write something like, hey, it's Christmas in July. I know you're going to be so excited because I know you love this shake. I'm going to send this to her on Messenger, because you can see Messenger is black where Instagram is grayed out. So that means I don't have her Instagram account synced. Click Messenger. There we go. Drops right over to Shauna. And then I paste my message right there. It just says add it here. And I hit send. That's it. And then I work through my list very efficiently, because it's really simple for me to communicate. And every time I go to copy and paste that list or that script, I can edit it. I can tweak it a little bit. I can personalize it. Or if I get over to Messenger, of course, I can add it a little bit. Oh, Siri just turned on for some reason. That was quite silly. So I'm going to show you something else so that you can do on this list. I'm going to create another list. This is one of the ones I love. Now let's say I wanted to find a list of all of my amped customers, right? I want to find a way to drive additional volume into my business. I want to find a way to engage and get my customers, the maximum performance. So I want to find a list of all my amped customers that have never purchased an Ice Lean bar. Because personally, I feel that when I go to the gym, the bar is the perfect thing to have right when I come out if I don't have time to make a shake. So this list is called amped bars. And I'm going to focus on this list until the end of August, let's just say. It's for my customers. Now, this is where it gets kind of cool, so follow along. So I want all of my active customers. So I turn off inactive, and I want to include people who have purchased amped, right? You remember, so there's amped right there, something in the amped product line. So you saw Terry was on that list. I have 36 people. Right here, I go to but have not. So I'm clicking but have not purchased these products, Ice Lean bars. 21 people have purchased amped and never purchased Ice Lean bars. I click save. Penny's going to create that list for me. So now I'm going to focus for the next month and a half, just when I have time, on these conversations to say, hey, you've never purchased Ice Lean bars. This is the reason why I think you really should. And then of course, if I'm communicating at mass, I create my script for this. I come into here, I click on content. I believe you're starting to see kind of the workflows that we've created to make it really simple to just be like, this is what I want to do. I don't have a script here for bars, but I can click add content and I can create one. And I close that. So that is kind of cool.
That's awesome. Does that come up in your dailies, or no, that's just something that you would be doing on the side as a side project?
Great segue. Thank you. It shows up in your dailies right at the top, because it's a custom list, you know, the theory is that this list has some sort of importance, so it should be on your daily. So here I've got my AMP bars, I've got my seasonal shakes. And for those of you that have never seen the daily is kind of been a dream of ours, and we were excited to bring it to life last year. The daily is like Penny, your personal assistant. You're the CEO of your business. Penny is your personal assistant saying, David, this is the activity that you need to focus on today that's going to drive revenue and action and activity into your business. And the way this works is she kind of curates a smaller list of activity from all the different sections that I just explained and puts them on this list for you so that you don't have to look for information. Everything is very relevant. So here's my 2 campaigns we just created. Here's my reach outs for the day. There's the one we completed for Terry. And I've done 20% of my activity. I've got 4 more to go. So this is my daily reach out tasks. But if you go back, you notice I've only completed 4% of my overall activity. Now, what I love about the daily the most though, is if, you know, I've got 3 kids at home. So when we come in and I'm working on my reach outs and my kids fight, because they do, and I get distracted and I got to put my business down for a few minutes. When I come back, I know I'm on reconnects. It's just simple because I'm like, I don't need to look what I'm doing. I go into my reconnects. I'm reconnecting with Ivan and Linda because Ivan hasn't ordered since September, and he ordered the Pro, the mobile sticker, and the Hydrate, and 10 more products. Why did he never order again? Why did I miss that? That's a big order, right? So now I'm just going to do this. Okay. I get rid of my reconnects. I'm going to follow up with a few people that I have active in my funnel. I'm going to connect with a few people that ordered 25 days ago but don't have an auto ship. I'm going to deal with my auto ships right here because Melissa's auto ship is coming up on the 26th. And I'm just going to work through this list. Now this is the easy does it setting. You only notice that Penny's given me 2 reconnects or 4 people that haven't ordered. If I have more time or I have more activity or I want to drive more momentum in my business, I crank it up. I click that button. And you'll just notice that the number of activities just increases. Now I have 9 reach outs. Now I have 5 people I want to reconnect with. I have 8 people to follow up with. And of course, Freight Train, this is the running joke, is the Freight Train is for those of you that are at home during quarantine with no kids, because you have no excuses. So you kick it on the Freight Train, and you'll just notice all of a sudden my activity goes way up. I have 56 people I need to reconnect with. So this just drives massive momentum in my business. And it just depends how much you want to do, how busy your day is, but this is the way you can come in every day and know exactly where you should focus on your business to keep it moving without spending a lot of time doing busy work, wondering where to start.
Love it. Can you just say one more time, David, the reach outs are people that are expired and haven't ordered in a long time, correct?
Nope. Reach outs are brand new conversations that Penny's saying, hey, reach out to this person. I'm suggesting you talk to these people, or maybe it's a task that you create for yourself. The Connect 25 right here, just is the easiest way to remember this is connect with your customer 25 days after their last order because they don't have an LSR. And one of the things I'm going to do is create a little hover. So when you come over and say what it is, it'll just kind of pop up and say, this is this, and just help you, just so everyone can follow along. It's just one of those little polished details that we didn't get to before we sent it to the moon, as we jokingly say.
Great testimonial here from Robin. I was contemplating stepping away from building my business as balancing work full-time and building have been challenging. Now, after using Penny for just a few days, I'm back in the game. This is so amazing. Yay, Robin, yay.
Robin, I'm going to send that one to Sharon.
God, there's so many people that really did walk away from this business because they were in overwhelm. And I just wish there was a way that, and I will send them the Penny app video that you made, which is so beautiful, because there's so many people that would come back if they knew they had this.
Yeah, that video turned out way better than we planned. Just want to say that.
That was so good. I love it.
Yeah, we really were happy about how that turned out. So yes. But I do want to move on. I know we wanted to do half an hour. We're at 40 minutes. I hope that's okay with everyone. There's just 2 little things, maybe 3 that I want to show you that are really important that can just really help you be really efficient. So first thing, this is your My Business section. As you can see, I've programmed it in that I'm a 3-star Golden Circle Crystal executive. Pretty proud of that. Here you can just jump in to see where your business is today. But I mentioned it briefly where we're going to go into the team care stuff and we're going to start driving increased insights using artificial intelligence. And this is where it's really going to start showing up. We are going to start feeding in some of the stuff that you will find in the ISA Pulse app, like people that are actually being active right now. And then the team care stuff looks at more longer periods of time. So a lot of exciting stuff to come in here. One of the things that's high on the list is for us to build in leader in action automatically for everyone. So Penny will actually do it for you. For those of you with multiple centers, yes, that's a very big project for us to bring those all into one, coming soon. Carolyn, I can see you cheering right there. Yes. So that's one of the things I wanted to show you here. My business is part of the pro, team care is going to be part of the pro, leader in action will be part of the pro. So all these really nice, bells and whistles that we have, those will all be part of the pro. But what I want to show you is I'm going to bring in my mobile app for a moment. And as you can see on my phone here, I'm just going to tap along the bottom. It takes me to the daily. So the phone is going to work exactly the way I explained everything. All the tasks are going to be the same, all of the functionality and the fundamentals of it. What I wanted to show you here though is just how to interact. So if you look down my list, I've got one box opening down here for Terry. So I'm tapping on that. This is going to give me my list. Now this is perfect if I'm out and about, I'm at Starbucks, I'm waiting for a latte. I can quickly send Terry a message to queue up some time to get on the phone. So here, instead of clicking on her name, I tap on her name. Now you can see that I have everything that I would have had on the computer. It's just displayed a little bit differently on the phone because there's just less real estate. But you notice that we now have the option to SMS. So now I can text Terry directly instead of using Instagram or Messenger or email. We have this. I did see it in the chat earlier asking if we can do mass emails. We have it on the list to see if we can integrate something like MailChimp, but it's not coming in the near term, just to answer that question. If I want to dive into Terry's profile, all I do is tap on her name here at the top. There's all that information. It looks, feels, functions exactly the same. You just tap instead of click. So I'm going to go back to my main list. So what I wanted to show you here though, this one is one of my favorite little things we do. So I'm going along the bottom, the middle icon says prospecting. There we are. So here's my prospecting list. Again, it's the exact same, but there's a plus in the top right-hand corner. I click on that plus. Here I can sync a phone contact, my entire phone contacts. I can input someone manually, or the top right corner here, it says prospect from Instagram. There we go. So if I was out and I met someone randomly and I engaged in a conversation, told them about what I do or my story, and they were intrigued, say, I'd love to follow up and send you some more information. Can I get your phone number is probably a pretty common question. What I like to do is say, hey, what's your Instagram handle? I'd love to follow you. So Aaron, what's your Instagram handle? I don't think I follow you.
Hey, it's just my name, Aaron _ Postal, I think, or Aaron.Postal. Let me just quickly look. Yeah, Aaron, I think it's just Aaron _ Postal.
Okay, so then I'm like, hey Aaron, I would love to follow you, to send you some information. What's your Instagram handle? I come in here and I type it in. I hit next. No, it's not Aaron _.
Maybe dot, I don't know. I should know this, right?
Possibly. There we go, let's try. There we go. So now Penny just went and found Aaron's Instagram profile for me. There we are. I hit schedule reach out. When do we want to do this? Let's just say I'm going to do it tomorrow. So I hit tomorrow. Now Penny's going to add that to my list of reach outs tomorrow. So when tomorrow rolls around, that activity is going to be on my daily for me to message Aaron. So let's fast forward to tomorrow. I'm clicking the later tab. There's that task for Aaron. I don't know anything about her. Now, before I send her a message, same thing if you're re-engaging with someone you haven't talked to in a few years, do a little homework. Click on Aaron. Instagram, there's that little button. You can see it down there in the bottom right-hand corner. I tap on Instagram. It's going to open up Instagram right over to Aaron's profile. Aaron, you have one more follower. Now I can go and look through and actually see what's going on in this person's life to say like, hey, how do we, how does this fit in? Obviously it fits in really well based on all the photos here. Now I can engage in a meaningful conversation, and I'm demonstrating that I'm engaged and that I care about what I'm doing, and not just saying, hey, great meeting you yesterday, here's the stuff. It's more like, hey, look, this is awesome. I can't believe this. And then I go back to Penny and I complete that task. When are we going to follow up? Let's follow up with Aaron next week. Do I want to add a note? Yes or no? I'll just say no, thanks. Penny's creating that follow-up for me. Now in a week's time, it's just going to end up on my daily. Right? This is a really simple workflow that you can get into to really maximize your time to really engage with people. And that was one of the things I really wanted to show you.
Amazing. How much time are you recommending for someone to really get into momentum? What do you know about the numbers right now, or how much time? Or
I've seen people, the feedback coming in is 2 days ago, someone had been using the app for 2 hours and they had 61 new active conversations in their pipeline because they just got in and they just went for it, right? It's about how much you want to commit, how much you want to put into it, and it's your own effort. The advice that I would give everyone who's on this call, you're obviously active associates, you have a customer base. If you want to tiptoe in and just check this out, when you sync, all of your customer care activity is automatically done for you. So that's the perfect place to start, right? Right off the bat, if you're using even the pro trial, right, for the 14 days, you can come in and actually now see what your customers are even ordering, right? So that's a big advantage for you right away, just to inform yourself a little bit. If you want to step in a little bit further, come into prospecting, build out your list, and then just by default, the daily works for you. Now, as you get further and further into it, if you just want to go head first, then you can get in to start creating custom lists. Then you can get in to start creating your own content. But it is kind of, we built it. It's not Field of Dreams, but we built it. We put it out here for you. It is a resource that you can absolutely use to maximize your own effort. Like, there's a pain of switching, right? Like, if you're set in your ways and you love it, and it's hard to come over to an application, like, we get that. This might be a big transition for you, but the time savings that you're going to see and the increased activity is what should be driving you to say, hey, I'm going to just invest my time to figure this out. And if I can't, if I'm stumbling, I'm going to come into articles and videos here. And now everything I went over today has been boiled down to a 3, 4, 5 minute video. So you can say, hey, I watched this video with David on the team training. He said something in customer care that I was just like, I just can't remember. Come in here, click customer care. Here's the 4 or 5 minute video. I go through the whole thing, right? Prospecting, same thing. Daily, same thing. Content, same thing. So you can come back and really get what you need here to be ultra efficient with your time again. And of course, ask a question down here if you need it.
awesome. A lot of questions about calendars, but this does not sync with calendars, from what I understand.
No, that's been a request. That's on the list. Not a high priority, just given what we are building and focusing on with Isogenics directly. But it is, again, we're trying to maximize your time. So anything that we believe that will do that, or anything that we believe that a real assistant would do for you, that's kind of our stress test. Like, if it's going to do one of those two things, then we'll consider building it. So that's how we approach our development. But one thing we do really well is we listen to feedback. If 10,000 people are asking us for a calendar, we're going to build a calendar. Like, that's how it works. Like, we definitely have a plan, but all of our feedback comes from the field, right? I come from the field. This came from my wife. So all of these problems and frustrations were born out of her. So we're listening. So absolutely send it through.
So David, a question about syncing. So I've already synced, for example, Facebook, Instagram, customer base, contact base. Do you have to keep refreshing that? So if I add somebody, like I just enrolled somebody new and I add them to my contact base, is that automatic, or do I have to go in every day and sort of refresh?
Anything from your back office is automatic. It updates, they push us updates every couple hours. So that's fantastic. Instagram and Facebook, that is one you have to go in. The best practice that I kind of see is you come in here, click on prospecting. It's just right here, sync Facebook, sync Instagram. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever your personal preference is. I just click sync Instagram. Here I've got my options. I just come in. It's only going to grab your new people. Sorry, someone's phoning. Yeah, it's only going to get your new people. It's not going to rewrite anything. It's not going to go overwrite anything, or it's not going to delete anything. It's just going to add my 7 new friends. And to preface the question, in case someone is wondering, LinkedIn is coming again pretty soon. So I think it's here. It's just we could only roll out so many features by July 17th without lighting the building on fire. So we're on it, I promise.
Amazing job. So if people want to continue to learn, you've got your webinars that are pre-recorded that people can go in and sort of get this
Yep.
overview without all the individual questions that we've been asking. And that's the
Yep.
advantage, guys, of bringing your people to a live call, because information is going to come up that you're going to have a question about. And, you know, so that's why we encourage you to attend these calls. So Erin,
Absolutely. And I love attending these calls because it's really important for me to listen to, right? If I jump on 10 phone calls and everyone's asking the exact same thing, then I've probably approached something in the wrong way, and I just need to rethink about how we've done it. The webinars are great because they can be on demand. We're going to be continually adding new features. That's where they'll be. So we just want to make sure everyone can get it in and using it as best as possible. So we will always help in that area as best as possible. But the team trainings, provided you guys will have me back, I'll come back whenever you want, and make sure everyone's up to speed. And every time we have new features and functionality, I'll come back and engage with everyone.
Awesome. And guys, the best way really is to just get in there and start using it, because those things will come up, and figure it out, and then search the resources, and then, you know, figure it out. And yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much. Do you want to put something in the chat, everyone? Like a thank you to David. Does anyone have a testimonial already, or they want to jump out and say a quick thank you to David? Everything is amazing. I'm so excited.
Erin,
Well, thank you.
Erin, I do have a quick question. It's in regards to the syncing with Facebook and Instagram and our associate back office. It's Casey.
Hey,
One
Casey.
thing I found is that because we've been in Isogenics for so long, and we have team members as well, it's not recognizing in the prospecting if that person is already in Isogenics on our friends list. And so we're going in and manually trying to figure out, okay, that's an associate, it's an upline, or it's on another line. As more associates use this platform, will Penny start to recognize that the people on our list are already in Isogenics, and then will it then automatically then change that designation in Penny for us?
Yes. So if you're seeing, it's actually a great question. So, and I'm still sharing my screen, so this is perfect. So let's go to my reach outs. So what the question was, just to play back. So I enroll, I've got 3,000 friends and 1,000 of them are associates. Penny might not know that that person's social profile is in fact an associate, but once that profile is connected with the back office, like I've merged David with his back office profile, or someone else has come in here and been like, nope, David's an associate. As Penny learns, so as more and more people use Penny, she does become smarter and she does help you sort and organize your contacts. So in that example, let's pretend Penny does not know that Leanne Campier is in fact an associate, just because maybe Leanne hasn't created an account or no one else has organized her. So I just click remove right here. It doesn't remove her out of Penny. It just removes her off of my reach out list. And Penny will always say, why are we removing this reach out for Leanne? Because she's an associate. Is she a personally enrolled associate? If she is, Penny's going to try to find that profile from my back office and merge them together. Maybe she's in my sponsored downline. Maybe she's my upline, or maybe she's in another line. So if I click another line, there you are. She's now been categorized as another line. She won't end up in anyone's prospect list. And Penny adds one more reach out for me. And that happens the same for a customer. So let's say Sylvia is a mutual friend of Erin and I's, and Sylvia is Erin's customer. If Penny knows that, Penny will automatically categorize Sylvia as a customer of another person, which is right there. So if I know that Sylvia is a friend of mine's customer and they don't use Penny yet, I can categorize that. Or if Erin merges Sylvia's profile with her customer profile, Penny will automatically do that for me. And I can just mark that as someone else's customer. And there we go. Now she won't end up as a prospect for anyone else. So we do try to add some intelligence here to make it easier to organize your contacts so that Erin's not phoning Carolyn's friends or, you know, prospecting Shannon's downline by accident. And nobody likes sorting contacts and nobody likes entering data. So we're trying to solve those problems for you.
Awesome. Awesome.
I agree. Well, you know, thank you everyone for taking 55 minutes with me this morning, but I want everyone to walk away from this going, that was awesome. I got it. And if you don't, let us know so we can help you. Thanks, Shannon. So we can help you get it. That's our job. Because as I say time and time again, everyone here doesn't win unless everyone on this call wins, right? So we're in this with you. So help us help you. Not to be cliche, but I mean it.
Awesome. Well, we can't thank
Yeah.
you enough, and I hope you get some downtime. You guys are working your butts off, and
It's not going to happen.
yeah, you're
Making hay.
Aaron might know this place, but I am going to the Wickenish Inn for September long weekend for Terry's 40th. So I will work as hard as I need to up until that day, and I will be turning off every device I own, and I will be going away.
awesome.
So
I love it.
yeah,
You know, and in
Yeah.
turn, you guys, you're not only helping us so that we can help other people get healthier. So like the ripple effect of this is pretty awesome.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Good karma going to you.
Thank you, David.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon or a wonderful morning if you're on the West Coast with us. We'll see you again later. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
David.
everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks,
have a
Erin.
great day.
Thanks, guys.